Yo, haha, Miltnificent.
What is good, YouTube? Your boy Miltnificent coming back with another quick video. Today we got the Nike Reactx Rejuven8 Slides on the Miltnificent channel. This is the whole Barley Volt series, and I will do like a color comparison so you can see it in natural light to see what the differences are in terms of the hue. Because you do have Yeezy Slides, and I believe these were the green glows. These came out, I want to say 2022, 2018. But there are some benefits between the Yeezy Slides versus the Nike Reactx Rejuven8. This is not a bash between Adidas and Nikes and stuff like that. I just want to kind of highlight the benefits between the two so you can kind of choose yourself which one is best for you. I can tell you right now, when it comes to people who have plantar fasciitis, you have issues with your foot, you're flat-footed, or you're just trying to correct your posture over time, then this is where the Nike Reactx the Rejuven8 Slide, because you have more arch support in your foot, and it's more of a natural step-by-step transition. The Yeezy Slide, a lot of people like the Yeezy Slide because of the footbed. They like that whole shark-like design on the outsole. There's a lot of bounce back, but there's a lot more cushion in terms of the foam density. So there's two differences, basically between both the Nike series and the Adidas series. Personally, I think it's personal preference, but at the same time, again, there's definitely more benefits, in my opinion, with the Nike Reactx Rejuven8 Slide, because it also offers that outsole that's going to actually withstand heat. So you're going to have situations where you're out in certain terrains or certain streets and stuff like that, where because this is an all foam shoe, I've seen situations where, or at least what happens when the surface gets too hot on a foam directly towards the floor, like street, asphalt, stuff like that. You won't have that issue with the outsole here. This is kind of all rubber. So that said and done, man, we're going to do a comparison. I do want to do a color comparison between the green glows and then the whole Nike Reactx, at least the Rejuven8 Slide. They call it Barley Volt because there's a subtle difference, and we'll get in that momentarily when I kind of show you the sunlight, or at least the natural light of the colorway. So that said and done, man. Let's get into it. You can see right here we got the Nike box, and it's basically size 13 Barley Volt. I got two more colors on the way, but hopefully that'll be here by next week. We shall see. Open this bad boy up. Man, and I made sure that I wore black because I want to make sure it shows the color. I know sometimes if you wear color on color, it just looks weird. But I'll do like kind of like a fit set so you can see exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the color hue. But it's not really hard to style this colorway. I know some people may think that, but it's not. Go in your closet. You never know what type of color you may have that could complement something like this. I feel like this is definitely one of the better colorways outside of the whole, I don't know if they label it green slime or like, but this Rejuven8 series, it's kind of like this, up there right there, but I'm glad that I actually was able to cop these. So this is the Nike Reactx Rejuven8 Slide Barley Volt. And if you're wondering in terms of the size and stuff like that, I tell people, look, because there's no half size, it's a full size. So if you wear a size 9.5, I think you could get away with just ordering a size 9, because this definitely fits longer than the actual, actually, let me get this real quick. It fits longer than the Nike Reactx Rejuven8, at least the sandal. So when you kind of look at, and I'm going to call this slide and sandal because that's how Nike kind of has it labeled, but with this one was to a certain point true to size, but this fits a little bit longer than this. If anybody's wondering, that's what it is. So let me put this down here real quick. But going back to the actual slide, if you're looking for the size information, you got size information underneath, kind of like on the interior of the actual sandal or the slide. But that arch support, where I'm talking about, you'll see it right here. There's definitely a benefit to it when you take a stride for stride step. They got the Nike Zero to Touch rubber outsole, where this is another great example of why it's good to have something like this, especially when you're, again, the hot surface. You don't have to worry about any melting or anything like that, because this is stuff that you would normally put on an actual outsole for an actual shoe. What's going to happen is, one of the benefits that I like about this something like this is where you're going to be, and this is where I kind of pinpointed this, is when you go to the beach. A lot of people are going out to the beaches, you're on vacation, you're looking for something to slide in, especially when you're out swimming or you're trying to, you got your foot in the sand and stuff like that. This is perfect. Easy to wash, easy to clean, easy to maintain. The same thing goes for the actual Yeezy Slide. But the benefit, what you're going to see, is that outsole. You'll have more support, more stability. And in my opinion, I'm liking these more and more. That's why I stocked up on the colorways before it started to trend. Most people, listen, I just got a couple people in my family. I got this for that exact reason. It's not just for style. It's not just for comfort. It's for the correct posture. So health is everything. So that said and done, man, listen, don't want to take up too much of your time, but you do see the whole Nike logo that they put on the actual outsole. Of course, you got that. I love what they did with the swoosh right here. It just complements the actual. It's not like a over. They're not doing too much with the logo presentation. And of course, you do have a little small Nike swoosh at the front of the actual sandal. But comment below, man. Let me know what you think about this Nike Reactx Rejuven8, the Barley Volt. When you look at the ridges, you'll see, and actually before we do the on feet, you'll see how it kind of submerges a little bit when you put weight and pressure on it. The one thing I will say, when you buy a Nike Reactx Rejuven8 Slide, give it time to break in. The more you wear it, the more you'll feel comfortable wearing it. And trust me, I feel like if you wear it with socks, it's comfortable, but if you wear it just with your feet in it, it's even more comfortable. Just when I say this, that this is going to be a real good investment for you during the summertime. But your boy Miltnificent, man, again, when it comes to the Yeezy Slide and it comes to the Nike Reactx Rejuven8 series in terms of their slide, there's benefits to each one. It's just personal preference. But if you're looking to correct your posture when you walk, lower back pains, things of that nature, I would definitely recommend this. At least try it out. You know Nike's return policy. You can't lose. But your boy Miltnificent, man, I am out. Let's do that on feet for the Nike Reactx Rejuven8 Slide Barley Volt. You can see the color differences between the two. It's more of a minty green than it is a Volt. That's why it's Barley Volt. That makes sense. But it's kind of like a mint. You can see it right here. I am out. And you guys, stay blessed.